Good evening, everyone. At 10 o'clock, I'm Phil Sanchez.
And I'm Brooke Martin. We have team coverage tonight, starting with the governor's major announcements coming on the one-year anniversary of his stay-at-home order. We start with Dan Klein, who takes us through all of the changes. Dan.
Yeah, and really there are a trio of major announcements. Let's start with the vaccine. Everyone 16 and up will be able to sign up for one a week from tomorrow. That's Wednesday, March 31st. State health officials say that's all contingent on them getting the large increases in doses they've been promised from federal officials. Now, the last two announcements are connected to the same date, April 6th, 2 weeks from today. That's when the statewide COVID restrictions will end, meaning no more capacity limits at bars or restaurants, again, at least at the statewide level. Local health officials can set stricter requirements. Also on April 6th, the mask mandate will become a mask advisory, though again, businesses and other places can set up their own requirements. Schools and state government facilities will keep their mask mandate in place. It's something the governor says he will be doing too.
When I visit my favorite restaurants or conduct a public event, I will continue to appropriately wear a mask. It's the right thing to do. Hoosiers who take these recommended precautions will help us get to what I hope is the tail end of this pandemic.
Now, one thing that does stay in place is Indiana's public health emergency. It will be extended through the end of April. The governor says that's because he wants the power to act immediately if things take a quick turn for the worse, as well as help the state qualify for federal funding. Reporting in the studio, Dan Klein, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and be sure to follow us on Facebook.
All right, Dan, thank you very much. Now, there are mixed reviews from people here in Indianapolis on the governor's announcement. News 8's Demi Johnson live in the newsroom. And Demi, you talked to people in downtown.
Yeah, some are excited and others say this is too soon, but no matter their opinion, they all agree the changes won't be immediate.
We're definitely ready to open up now.
We're not ready for that.
Enforcing mask mandates has been a split decision from the start. Telling people they no longer have to wear them is the same story. Zach Zurcher says it's time for things to get back to normal, and that means no masks or limitations for businesses.
Obviously, the virus is nowhere near that bad, and with people getting vaccinated, I think it's definitely time to open everything back up.
Corey Garland doesn't agree. She's a nurse and says Governor Holcomb is moving too fast.
It's really frustrating to see them lift it right now, knowing that we can just as easily go back to a point where we don't have masks and face shields and we're getting absolutely run down at the hospital. So that's why I think it's a bad idea.
But both Garland and Zurcher say even after the restrictions are lifted, some people will still feel uncomfortable and follow the old rules.
I'll wear it always, probably for a very long time afterwards.
It would be completely understandable if some businesses still required it. You know, I think at this point it's really up to the individual and the property owners.
Rachel Monning is somewhere in the middle.
I don't really have harsh feelings either way.
At this point, she says she's not sure how quickly she'll ditch the mask and start going out in large groups.
And I'll start seeing what other people are doing, and once I'm vaccinated, and I feel like a lot of others are vaccinated, I probably will start to not wear it as often.
Again, local governments will still have control over the rules in their individual cities and towns. No word on how Marion County will move forward. We're waiting for the latest from city leaders and health officials. Live in the newsroom, Demi Johnson, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.
Demi, thank you. 2 bars in Indianapolis have had their licenses suspended after repeated warnings from the Marion County Public Health Department, forcing them to temporarily close.
News 8's Sarah Hignite reports that both places have been warned of their behavior multiple times in recent weeks. Sierra.
Yeah, according to the Marion County Health Department, both of these bars broke the current protocols for Marion County bars and restaurants. And the health department says that this wasn't their first offense, which is why they have to prove that they can follow the rules before they're able to reopen. After 6 in downtown Indianapolis was forced to close after they were found to have been using an illegal, non-licensed caterer at the bar. According to the health department, they also were not enforcing proper social distancing, mask mandates while indoors, and they did not have seated service. Ryan Greb owns the building that houses After 6 as well as Taps and Dolls. He says it can be difficult to police patrons inside the bar.
It's difficult going over and asking them to stay at their tables, and then a lot of times they try to pull tables together. So it's a difficult task for us inside the business to police the folks.
After 6 was given a citation earlier in the week for operating past the countywide curfew.
As we move forward, I think that's part of the problem we're going to have is figuring out how to adjust with the guidelines that are coming toward us and making improvements as we go.
Casba in Broad Ripple had already had its license suspended earlier this year and violated its current mitigation plan. The health department says that Casba too was ignoring social distancing and not enforcing mask mandates and did not have seated service.
And these businesses, they just want to survive. They want to survive this pandemic. They're not able to function the way they normally do. And if they can't function the way they normally do, they're not bringing money in the way they need to.
When announcing the license suspensions, Dr. Virginia Kane said in a statement, "We have worked hard to balance the importance of protecting the health of our residents with protecting our economy. And the decision to close these establishments was not made lightly. But after these significant and repeat violations, these license suspensions are necessary for the health of our community." In order to reopen, both of these bars will have to create a new risk mitigation plan to prove that they can safely operate their businesses following the Marion County protocols. Reporting live, I'm Sierra Hignite, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.
Sarah, thank you.